China Business Network.
My name is Steve Anderson. My company is Global Development Solutions Corporation, and I founded the company roughly 9 years ago after a 32-year career with an international firm. And at that time, I eventually was manager of global sourcing with that firm. We don't do any work in household goods or retail or anything like that, or consumer goods. We don't do any work in medical devices, pharmaceuticals, or aviation. We've done a lot of work with automotive, some electronics, some, let's call it over-the-counter pharmaceuticals, but they're animal veterinary products. We've done work with machine castings, fully assembled parts, valves, pressure vessels, hydraulics, automotive, marine electronics, some sporting goods, but that comes back more on the retail side. But almost anything industrial we're very comfortable with. I would say the most difficult part about this business is on the buyer's side. Often I've been a keynote speaker on this subject, and I will point out that for me it's not difficult to find the right suppliers in China and bring them on stream, but the single biggest obstacle and the most difficult part is with the buyer. And the reason it's with the buyer, there are numerous reasons: lack of interest, lack of budgeting, conflict of resources, and so forth. Probably you can best appreciate the model story if I briefly tell you about the opposite of a model story. Opposite of a model story, I've had it happen on several occasions where it has taken at least 2 years to bring a product on stream. Why does it take 2 years? It takes 2 years because it took the buyer 2 years to fix their drawings, change their designs, and all the delays are on the buyer side. To finish up, though, on a happy note, we work with a small Midwestern firm, probably $3 million firm, 25 people, and we were in and out of that firm in about 6 months and put in a program that saved them 10% of sales with no capital investment. Why was that a success story? They had good documentation, they were decisive, and it was so simple. We had the right supplier with the right mindset, and we had the right buyer with similar goals, and everything went quickly. Very briefly, let me tell you what we do from the beginning, the middle, and the end. In the beginning, we will spend time with the client's purchasing database and look at what do they buy and what do they make, and particularly on where is the spend on what they buy from other people. And we'll look at all of that and sort that in decreasing dollars, probably a simple export into Excel or something like that. We'll look at the cost structure, uncosted bills of materials, and then we'll spend a lot of time in the shop looking at, walking around, picking things up, and so forth. Eventually, we will develop a sequence of this is what we should buy in China, this is the sequence in which we should buy it, and we'll do that in a way so that the early items are those that generate cash the fastest. Why do we do that? Because obviously I need to get paid for that, and if we can identify the low-hanging fruit and easy picking first and start saving money right away, then the entire project becomes self-funded. It's important that we find the right match between the buyer and the supplier, and that match needs to be the correct one going both ways. So usually what we will do is I will work with our clients to write a supplier profile, and we will define how big the supplier should be, how big or how small, perhaps where they're located geographically, their ownership structure, what kind of products they make now, and probably who their customer base is. So we'll do a lot of that to predefine the kind of supplier that we're looking for, and then if necessary we will do a search, and we will do a search in my firm's name, and it will be a blind search so that our client's name is not spread all over China, and in the end, the client's name will be revealed to maybe the 2 finalists or 3 finalists.